I'll explain to you in a while why I think if somebody is important, like Jesus Christ, you would have found out by Jesus Christ himself, where were you, what have you done, where did you grow up, who were your friends? Nothing of that. Anyway, Islam, Muhammad. Muhammad is a very controversial person at this in this age. And Muhammad is, of course, the founder of Islam. Muhammad, the founder of Islam, has been slandered, has been named a pedophile. Some even say he suffered from the prophet syndrome, which they call the temporal lobe epilepsy. And I'll explain what that is. But they have said that he is a pedophile because he married a very young bride. They say he was very violent, that he conquered countries or led to the conquest of Central Asia and so on, and that he is purely evil, and that his religion, Islam, is purely an evil religion. And that's basically why I have decided to do this. Islam and Muhammad are being portrayed as evil, and everything what is not Islamic is portrayed as, reformed or civilized. And I'll show you facts that show the opposite of what popular thought is. So, Muhammad is a very controversial figure. The Dutch politician Geert Wilders just released a movie 2 days ago, which was basically aimed at Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam. And in that, a bomb explodes on the head of Muhammad, which is intertwined in his turban. It's an animation of the cartoon drawn by the Danish cartoonists. And in Islam and Islamic doctrine, the Quran and the Sunnah, which includes the Hadith, you will see some verses which talk about violence and some kind of actions. And what the opponents of or critics of Islam do is they take those verses and they make a very powerful statement and try to establish a pattern where we may believe that Islam is an evil religion. It's a very hateful religion, and the founder of it was politically and economically motivated. Buddhism is known as a very interesting, mysterious religion, especially because there is no mentioning of God. The founder of Buddhism is Gautama Siddhartha. And Gautama Siddhartha was a prince, if we may believe. And he was sheltered from, karmic life, poverty, disease, and so on. And he decided one day to go out and have a view of the world. He saw a dead person, he saw a sick person, and he saw a monk. And the monk was quite happy. And he said, everything is unhappy, everyone is unhappy, and everything is sad. but this monk who has renounced everything is happy. So what is this? And he went out to look for the meaning of life. Okay, the sacred canon. The sacred canon of Hindus in Hinduism is known as the Vedas. There are 4 Vedas: the Rig, Sam, Atharva, and Yajurveda. In Judaism, we have the Torah, the 5 books of the Tanakh. The Tanakh is known as the entire body of Scripture. The 5 books are Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, which form the first 5 books of the Old Testament. And in those 5 books you will see the most cruel acts done by prophets, which we'll discuss in a while. Christianity, of course, believes in the entire Bible, the Old Testament, plus their New Testament, in which the Jews, by the way, do not believe, because they do not recognize Jesus Christ as the promised Messiah. So Christianity follows the New Testament even more than the Old Testament. They find reason to believe that the Old Testament has been partly, let's not say entirely, but for the most part, superseded by the New Testament. Of course, there were laws. Jesus talks about the old laws, which means the laws of the Old Testament. But Christians and the clergy see precedents in the New Testament. For example, the Old Testament asks or orders the stoning to death of adulterers. And a very famous story about Jesus Christ is that when an adulteress was presented to him by the Jews in the temple, they said, "This woman has committed an act of adultery." The Old Testament orders us to stone this woman and to punish her to death. "What will you do, Master?" And Jesus Christ says, let the one among you cast the first stone. That's a very famous story because no one was without sin, so everybody went out. And the woman was forgiven, even by Jesus Christ. So there is a particular example of the supersession of Christian law above the old law. Okay? Of course, Islam, their sacred, holy book is revealed, it's not inspired. According to Muslim clergy, and of course starting with Muhammad the Prophet, the verses of the Quran came down to him by way of intermediary